hello. Is that better? There we go. There we go. All right, first off, I want to just do a special shout out for the Bittersweet Quilt Shop here. We invaded their retreat, all right? They let us, we didn't know Mr. Ueltschi was coming, far off, and these retreats are booked years ahead, so they were super cool about letting us invade their retreat. All right, so I just wanted to give a round of applause to them because we probably were a pain in the butt. But they have been awesome, and my friend Tina, who is also, this is her group, she is a quilt shop in Pinconning, Michigan. And if you're ever in Michigan, go visit her shop because she's awesome, and we have been friends for many, many years, and we have collaborated and talked, and it's really nice to have a business person that you can run things by, just say, hey, am I crazy for this? So I just want to make a shout out to all of them for letting us do this. All right?
Great.
Yes. All right, so I have a couple questions here for Mr. Ueltschi, but if you have any, raise your hand and we'll take some from the audience as well. But just to kick things off, I thought I would give them the biggest question that we all have about sewing machines. Anybody know what it is? When are we going to get an unending bobbin?
An unending bobbin. Where's Pam, the overlook lady?
All right, so that's always the question, right?
Who has a serger from Bernina?
We did learn about that this morning.
Oh, Pam,
in her class.
Work to do here also, huh?
Yeah. All right, so Sue has prepared a couple questions for me. And
Sure.
We'll just go through them, and if you're like, nah, I don't want to answer that or whatever, but how does Bernina stay ahead of the curve and the top sewing machine company in the sewing industry?
How?
All the things you just talked about, right?
Yeah, well, I explained to you, innovation is the key. We have 50 engineers in Switzerland, and we are the only European manufacturer, by the way. Everybody else is in Far East, China. We have a Bernette. Do you have Bernettes here?
Yep,
the
we've
little
had them,
one,
yep.
which is made in the Far East, but it's not called Bernina.
Yep.
We only call Bernina when we manufacture ourselves.
Okay.
So, innovation.
15 designers, that's pretty cool though. That's a lot. 15.
50.
50.
50. Yeah.
Wow. Even better.
Yeah. No, we put a lot of money into R&D, and we like to ask questions around the world from our customers, from our dealers, and so that's how we get new ideas.
New ideas. All
because we like to make sewing simple. Sewing is not so easy, right? Most of you have long arms, not domestic machines. Is that it?
No, the other way.
Both. Okay.
Yeah.
So you agree, buying a pair of shoes is easier than handling a sewing machine, right?
Because they can do so many wonderful things.
Right.
Yes. All right. Do you ever think about not following in the family business?
Why should I? As long as we are successful, and no.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Do you have any advice for family businesses?
Again, you need the right people.
Mm-hmm. But they're kind of born.
I know, but I have a son and a daughter. Mm-hmm. If they would have been not very good, I wouldn't say, okay, then that's it.
Right.
But you have to groom them so they're interested. You have to educate them well, send them to other companies, and then
know how good they have it at home, right?
And then also make sure they're working together.
Right.
Jealousy is the worst thing in a family. And so make sure, they're treated fairly, and also, I have a daughter and a son, and sometimes the daughters, I don't know, I shouldn't generalize, but they always think, well, I need this, and the sons are maybe more modest, when it comes to commercial things. So, but it's important to be fair to them.
Okay.
Fairness.
Yep. Yeah, and I wouldn't have built this building if I didn't think that my boys would carry this on.
Sure.
So that's why I invested in big
Great,
buildings,
yeah,
right?
great.
Okay, so one of these questions is, how did you get the children involved, and how did you pick where they were going to go, or did that kind of come natural, what their strengths were, or?
Well, with a father like this, it's easy, right? No, I'm teasing, because my wife, she's an entrepreneur, and so I think they got
good genes?
good genes from both sides. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So
And
what?
and then you
what
know.
is your wife? What kind of entrepreneur is she? What does she do?
Okay,
What's her name too?
Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Beatrice. Yeah.
Okay.
And she's from Germany.
Okay.
Across the border from Zegborn on the Lake Constance. And she had a wholesale of fixture for the doors, for the window fixtures.
Okay.
And
Like blinds and stuff like that?
not blinds, no, just mostly doors and
Oh, okay.
windows.
All
And
right.
yeah. So-
Okay.
But she sold it last year. She said, enough.
All right.
I'm 70 years old, enough. And my children didn't have any interest, and so they thought, well,
Okay.
German,
So the
you
sewing
know,
machine
you know,
stays, but the
she
doors
said,
and
you know,
windows go.
they said, we are Swiss, we are not German.
Okay. All right. How can we help inspire the youth to
Yes.
continue to sew? Do you
You
have
know,
the magic opportunity
I'm
for that?
really glad you mentioned that, because, you know, looking around here, we're not spring chicken, are we? Even though we look like, but
I think we all look better than ever for our age.
so, you know, this is really in each, you know, talking. Also, when I'm at the BUA in the headquarters, and I will talk again tomorrow or the day after tomorrow at the board meeting. Schools, you know, we don't do enough for schools, and that's where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Second, we should inspire our dealers to have kids classes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, mostly grandmothers,
Pass it on.
try to motivate your grandchildren, because sometimes the mothers, they skip a generation. And then, so you have time, and you know, you have the know-how. So take them on your laps and give them a Bernina so they can play. Or any sewing machine. It's important that the young generation realizes it's a really, first of all, a cool hobby, creative hobby, and everybody talks about, you know, the environment. You know, why do we buy all the fabrics from Far East versus making our own clothes and you know, embellishing our clothes, and so, you know, it's really a hobby. Or you know, it's a hobby, not the business, but it's something which fits right into our environmental. You know, everybody talks about the environment, so we fit right into our trend.
Right. It's easy to pick up like a pair of jeans from the thrift store and then teach your granddaughter how to embellish them with all the
Right.
cool stitches that we have
Exactly,
going
yeah.
on. So yeah, there's all kinds of different ways, but it's just we got to do our part to make sure that the next generations are excited about it and show them what we can
Exactly.
do. Because I grew up in a house that didn't have a sewing machine. So I learned at school, and I always wanted to make sure that I had the ability to make like cool Halloween costumes for my kids. And then that's when I was at the swimming lessons to be like, hey, I've tied quilts and sewed around the edges, but where's all this patchwork? Where's this design coming from? Because I knew nothing of a quilt shop.
Yeah.
And when I found that, I was just like in heaven. Like all the lights and bells and whistles went on, and I was there just waiting. And I was young. I was in my late 20s. So when you find it at a younger age versus when we're in our 50s, look at the possibility can happen when a young person gets inspired by somebody hand quilting a baby quilt at swimming lessons.
Oh, great,
Right?
great, great.
So that is
Okay,
super
so
cool.
each of you make sure your grandchildren start to sew.
Boys or girls? Boys or
Yeah.
girls.
Nowadays in Switzerland, the boys have to take sewing classes, but then somehow they, you know, when they get older, they don't start, or they lose interest in sewing. But the women, you know, women in Switzerland, they sew a lot because they learned in school. And Bernina has about 90% of market share in school. So
there are some cool guys who still sew, though.
Yeah, they are.
We have a bunch of them that come here.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But it's maybe 5-10%.
Yeah, I know, but good for them, though, that they want to still do it, right?
And the sewing machine is a very technical product.
Yes.
So it should be, you know, attractive to men.
I think a lot of men are really intrigued by the
nowadays,
long
it's a
arms.
computer.
Yeah, I think they're
Yeah,
really
long arm
intrigued by
also,
the long
yeah.
arms. Yeah. What's that?
The power tool with a needle.
Yes, the power tool with a needle.
Right.
All right, anybody have any other questions that you want to ask Mr. Ueltschi while he's here? He's all yours. Come on, stand up and talk loud if you
Don't
can.
be afraid, don't be
Yeah,
afraid.
come on. Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Ueltschi, as a consumer and a store owner, one of the things that I hear a lot of women say is there's not enough.
You're a store owner
Yes.
Yes.
of?
Of Bittersweet in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the-
I do not sell machines, but I have a lot of customers that ask me about machines. So one of the things we notice the most is lighting. We don't have enough lights on machines. So like on a long arm, we have all of this lighting that is here in the middle. As a consumer, we would like that same lighting on the domestic machine. And we'd also like a light that's on this.
You don't think this is enough?
No, sir.
Really?
No. I mean, but
Because we improve, but
Bernina does have the best lighting so far. However, we would like to see more lighting. We would like to
More
see
lighting.
more lighting. Like you have the engineers, I'm sure you have an electrical engineer that can develop this kind of lighting on a domestic and also put one over here so it's also pointing out onto our bed of the machine. So that's one of the things I would like to see in the sewing machine industry is more lighting with more lumens so we can actually see more. Because as we mature, our eyes are just not that great.
no, I know.
That's why we really love that laser. The laser's awesome.
We would like to see more light.
Okay, but we also, you can buy lamps. No, I mean, you know, there are a lot of, lamps who are really helping.
Well, we do have lamps, but the problem with the lamp is, which is great, we do have lamps, but I would like to take this machine and not bring my lamp.
The lamp or machine, it shadows the light.
Yeah.
We have a lamp over it, the machine is
Still
shadowing.
shadows in that area. So that's just one of the things that we would like to see, more lumens down on.
Where is Sabrina, the note taker?
Sabrina. All right, that's a great suggestion.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else? Come on, don't be shy. Yes.
I don't have a question. I would like to share a little story with you.
You want to come up? Come up.
Can you hear me?
Come on up. Don't be shy. We're all here for the same creative reasons.
I just want to, this should, hopefully, it falls into the family story thing. So my great aunt had bought Bernina, is a 1230. So that was in 1990.
Right, yeah.
And when she passed away, we inherited that. That's how we got set on Berninas. And I have bought many. I have 4 of
Where
them.
are you from, around here?
No, I live in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
So, and she lived in California, my aunt did. So anyway, we get this machine, we sew on it for years. My daughter, when she gets older, she's like 5, and my mother was teaching her how to sew. I have pictures of her standing there at the machine sewing. My mom dies, we get the machine. But I have bought other Berninas that I'm sewing away. I offered a newer Bernina to my daughter so that she could continue sewing and everything. She says, "Oh no, Mom, I want the 1230 that I learned how to sew on when I was a little girl."
Awesome.
Okay, so where does she live?
Colorado.
Where?
Well, we live in Granby, but I'll tell you, we go to the Presserfoot in Longmont.
Yes.
And I've gone to Bernina Academy there.
But you should send your daughter there, so she
agree.
gets inspired.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
That's a job you have to do.
I,
Okay.
I'm working on it.
He's gonna pay.
Oh, that was awesome. Good story.
The difference between this crew or group and others is because normally there are 90% Bernina owners. And the question always comes, what's next on the Bernina table? And I see here there are not too many, and that's why probably you don't have this question on your table. But as I said, every year we're coming out with new products. And so the 50 engineers are very busy.
Okay.
And on the overlock side, we're coming with something new. Then on the lower side, on the top of the line. So we have a nice bouquet for the next 5 years coming
Okay.
out. So become
Are you going to give them a
Bernina
sneak
fan.
peek or a little morsel of something like like
On May 10th.
May 10th?
On May
We're going to
10th.
reveal.
No, we don't reveal. We tease you.
What's your next special edition?
What's that?
What's your next special edition?
Well, we had this on the overlock side. Next year, we're coming out with something, but as I said, we're coming basically every year with something, unless we have some. Next year, we're coming out with Serger products, another Bernina medium product. So maybe next year there's no special edition. But again, don't miss 10th of May. I only give you one word. The word is, come on, Bernina people, what's the word? Magic.
Oh, okay. Magic.
Okay. Do the DMs know something? Where's Rebecca?
Where'd Rebecca
She's
go?
hiding.
We have a question over here.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to be nice and not put you in the spotlight, but since you're offering. I love my 880 and I love the industrial hook. And is the industrial hook going away, or are you gonna keep it in something?
Is the industrial look going away? On the 880?
Yeah.
No, but about 2 years ago we started, or 3 years ago we started with a new Bernina hook. We call it the Bernina hook. No, but the industrial machines are much faster. So we have our Bernina hook, which runs up to 1,200 stitches, which for a domestic household machine is good. It's a combination of a rotary hook and the CB hook. So I think our hook is a great hook. 880 sometimes was a little difficult. The 880, we call it a, what do you call it? What is the word for women who are
Temperamental?
high maintenance? No. What's the word for? No. The 880 was. They had some good days, some not so good days, and so it's like a diva a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. But now we're coming out with something totally different.
I just want to say, I've had Berninas domestic Berninas for about 30 years now. And it's been really tough having Berninas because nobody nearby sold them. This is new for us to have.
So you live around here?
Yeah, and the closest was about 35, 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
So it was okay, but it's so much nicer having it here.
Good, okay. Where's Luke? Oh, Jake? So, big potential here.
He wants to see Bernina on the outside of that building, so we're working on it.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
How different it is. And we also have 5 or 6 different fabric shops for quilts. Is that common in Switzerland as well as what it is here?
Meaning what?
Do the Swiss women have as many options?
No. In Switzerland, quilting is like this. Yeah, they don't, it's in Great Britain, quilting is somewhat popular, a little bit in France, and then Australia, New Zealand. So it's all the English-speaking countries, they have this flair of quilting. So
Looks like you got your job to do that.
Yes. My grandfather said, "You never at the end, you always at the beginning," right? So yeah. But it's difficult. I talk to our Bernina dealers in Europe, and they say, well, now one problem is also space.
Yeah.
So like,
In America, everything's big.
yeah, and you have space. And in Europe, there either you have a house or you have an apartment, but it's long arm. You can quilt obviously without long arm, but still, it's not the history of quilting, unfortunately. I think.
In Europe, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have the big spaces that we
Yeah,
have.
and
the big
maybe,
sewing rooms we
maybe
have.
not the inspiration and.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Now
right.
we're ready. We're
Good.
ready to
Oh.
pick the winner.
Of this,
Oh.
right?
Oh.
This machine right here with the accessory pack right here.
So you get the case and all the other stuff, right?
You do. So I guess you
He
get
gets
to
to
pick
pick.
for it.
Yeah, we'll mix them up a little bit. All right, this is exciting. Who's gonna win it? Who's gonna win it? You gotta proclaim it, and then it happens.
The only gentleman here, yes.
All
yes.
right, reach in there and pull one out. All right. You want to read the name?
But it's Pam.
Pam
What is it?
Sandoval.
Sandover.
Woohoo!
Sandover. What do you call it?
Sandov.
He's going to sign it for you.
Sandoval.
Yeah,
How do
Sandoval.
you? Sandoval. Ask her if she has a Bernina or not.
All right. Hans wants to know if you already have a Bernina.
Do you have a Bernina?
And I have two.
Oh, two. Okay, great.
Three if you count the surgery.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. Do you still have the cowboy boots you got in Texas?
How do you know?
Because I used to live there, and Lori from So Special.
Oh, and she told you. Yeah, she brought me a pair last year again. I wasn't a BU, so I have two. Great, yes. I should wear them. But
Yeah, see?
Yeah, look at hers.
I got mine in Texas.
okay, do we?
So do you want to sign this one?
Yep. Yeah.
And make
this
sure you got a
can
nice,
be black, yes.
yes, perfect new black one.
So,
Thank you.
so I need a tilter.
A tilter?
A tilter, yes. Actually, you should go on the
Other
other side.
side. Okay, I'll go around this way. All right.
See, 3 years from now, you would ask the customers to bring their machine, and I would sign them.
Okay.
I normally sign 100 machines when they bring them in and trade them in or whatever. Sign here.
Awesome.
Thank you. It's my daughter-in-law. She wants to take a
Oh,
picture.
okay, good. With the machine, obviously.
Yes.
There we go.